Hi, today's Monday, June 30th, and we're talking about IronHeart.
God, that sounds so
That
robotic.
was terrible. Oh my God. Watch this.
Wanna
Right?
start over again?
No, we're gonna keep. Let's stay in. Watch. Right. Hey everybody. Today's Monday, June 30th. We're gonna talk about IronHeart.
We had
Two out of the three of us actually did our homework.
That was very dynamic.
Thank you.
there was a previous intro, but Art sounded very robotic.
No, that's going in. That's gonna be the intro.
Not unlike the show.
Oh my God. IronHeart. It's a new Marvel series on Disney Plus.
So there will be spoilers.
There's gonna be spoilers, but I'm gonna
Executive produced by Ryan Coogler.
There won't be any spoilers by Nabil because he hasn't watched it.
So Nabil will give us the comic book comparison because I don't know anything about.
Do you have any
comic
background on from the comic book end of it?
Tons.
This show, I'm gonna swear, so get ready, was fucking terrible. Terrible. I hated it.
That's
You
one
watched
opinion.
the whole thing?
I watched all 3 episodes that have been out so
Toward
far.
the end of the last part of the third episode, I started getting a little more into it. But
But there's only 3 more episodes after it. It's
I
only
know.
6 episodes
I want you
total.
to do me a favor after this podcast, right?
All right.
I want you to text Tom without giving him your opinion one way or the other and ask him what he thought.
Okay.
Because Tom will tell you something very different, and that
does
is
he read the comics?
I don't know if he read the comics. I've heard very polarizing differences on this show. There's
okay.
there's no middle ground. It's either you hated it or you loved it. And I'm telling you, somebody else that I just told you to text might have said that they love it.
So I don't have to text him now because you just told me.
Well, yeah, but I want you to get his opinion without.
Well,
I'm not gonna tell him you're gonna text him.
Okay.
You're gonna get that unsolicited.
Like I said, it started getting better toward the end. I'm hoping the next 3 are better. But
Just
the
give it to him
first
totally
2
cold.
episodes, could barely keep my eyes open. It was
Was that just the time of day?
just not
or-
entertained. No, I mean,
No,
it
it
was
was
very
so
boring to me.
bad.
Really?
Right from the get-go.
Not for nothing.
Okay.
On the show, it starts at the very, very beginning of the show. She is in a school.
MIT.
MIT.
Okay. And she has
And he
developed,
watched it.
She has developed this armor. And then she leaves and takes the armor with her.
There's a lot that leads up to that.
But right, I'm just simplifying it. But the thing for me is, if you were at MIT, anything you design or build there, they own. So she stole the suit when she leaves with it.
Did she do a lot of her work offsite?
They don't explain any of that. There's very little detail about MIT.
All right, so maybe the background that you need to remember, and this I did watch, was this spun out of Black Panther 2, which had most of
Yes.
Ironheart's origins in it.
Correct.
Okay.
And she actually had a suit in Black Panther too.
Right.
But the Wakandans said, no, you're not taking it. This is our suit. We don't want something like that out in public.
Partly. Well, remember at first when they come for her, she's got like her own little lab off-site.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's her suit.
Yes.
So some might argue that because it's not made on MIT's grounds with MIT's
that
materials.
would be different.
Right.
That's a whole different story.
And then with the Wakandans, the same idea. Hey, this is MIT Wakanda. We own this shit.
Right.
So, but she didn't get their suit until like that final battle at the end of Wakanda Black Panther 2. Boy, that's gonna have to get cut. That's
But this
terrible.
one-
That's staying in. We don't cut middle.
This one, they're going to kick her out of MIT. So she takes the suit and flies out of there.
now already they have stereotypes right from the get-go.
Well, that's also not why she gets kicked out though. She gets kicked out for plagiarizing and charging
Yes.
people for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
she sold things that she made while at MIT.
Which again, even though I haven't seen this yet, that also happened in Black Panther 2. That was like at the start of it.
I understand, like, in the show, she needs money to do the things she wants to do.
But the whole point of that, well, she does say she complains about needing money to do what Tony Stark did.
Yeah.
But Tony Stark built the first Iron Man suit in a cave with spare parts.
He was already a multi-billion-dollar weapons dealer. Though.
That's fine, but he didn't have any of that accessible while he
didn't
was
build
in
the
that
suit
cave.
with billions
True.
of
He was
dollars.
under.
built that
He was
kit.
under duress.
He built that in a cave with junk that was laying around and little things that
Well,
the
they did
terrorists
provide him
did.
what he
and
needed.
AK-47s pointed at him.
Right, and that's fine. But now she's complaining that she doesn't have the money to build the suit. And I'm like, you have all you need is handed to you.
Then she pretty much immediately goes out and joins a criminal organization.
Immediately. Well, right from the get-go, they show her talking to her best friend in a video clip, how she's going to be greater than Bill Gates and Steve
Stark.
Jobs and Tony Stark. And I'm thinking, you're going to be greater than the person that saved the multiverse? So how are you going to do that exactly?
She doesn't.
I mean,
know.
I know
Well, it's okay to
she
have
doesn't know that.
aspirations.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
She doesn't
she's a
know that.
kid. She's a child. but holy shit.
We don't know how much of those details are out for the public.
Right.
You know, but she's referring to it in the terms of the tech sense.
Right, no, I get
Yes,
that. And I got no problem, but she just seems so conceited, so unlikable. Right from the get-go, I don't like this character. And then they go to the college where they're about to expel her, and they have the sympathetic black woman and the way out there angry white man that's going to expel her because of what she did while she was at the college. So right from the get-go, you got these stereotypes, and it's irritating.
Aren't stereotypes based in some reality, though?
Some can be, but the way they did it was irritating. And then she steals the suit, flies it to Chicago.
Which is home.
Right. And
crashes.
I'm assuming the school shuts off her access. I think that's what happened, right? That's
Oh, you think that's why she crashes?
Yeah,
there?
yeah, because she loses control of everything. So
thought-
so the school shuts off her access to the suit.
I would think maybe that, or maybe it's because it's unfinished, incomplete technology.
No, it looked like she lost access. If you look at the screen on her
like-
face mask, it turned red and like something denied came across it. So I'm assuming they cut off access.
That's cool.
So she crashes.
And burns.
And then, I don't know, it just seems to spiral down and down from there. She goes to see her mother and her mother's friends, and I don't know. Then this one guy walks in, I'm assuming one of her childhood friends, and opens the door. "What up, black people?" I'm like, who says that? Nobody says that. That's so stupid. And then they race swap pretty much every single character in the series. Like from the comic books to the series, they either race swapped or they completely made like an alien a human.
Right.
So I don't know. The whole thing didn't make sense to me. From her bitching that she doesn't have any money, and I'm thinking if this girl is this smart, which she seems to be in the show, any company on earth is going to scoop her up. She doesn't even have to go to MIT.
Right.
And she got what the thing from Stark Industries to go to MIT in the first
Well,
place.
and she continually is complaining about not having any money and any chance to be successful.
Right, which is complete and utter nonsense.
Well, in Black Panther 2, I mean, she was getting scouted by everybody because she made that thing that could find the
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh God, Namor and his people.
Yep.
I mean, technology like that, where you could find the unfindable. I mean, she could literally just get a blank check from any government
company
agency,
in the world would
whatever.
hire her. And then
give her a huge advance. Sure,
probably, yeah.
too.
And they would want her to build what she's trying to build. So the whole thing makes
Or
absolutely no
even
sense
if you just
at all.
went to venture capitalists, I mean, they're going to, here, go.
If you looked at the tech that she was selling to get money to pay for her suit, the tech she was selling was amazing.
So
you're looking at it, you're like, holy shit, this is insane.
And that seems criminal, too.
Yes.
All right.
Of course.
But you're basing this on the first 3 episodes. You still got 4, 5, and 6 to go, right?
I understand.
Have we?
I can see at the end of the 3rd episode how she's going to have a change of heart now, finally. I mean, it is going to come around.
a change of IronHeart?
That's a good one. Good one, Nabil. That was deep. That was a deep cut.
Ooh.
Oh my.
That's
That was appropriate.
That did deserve an oh my.
So, but in the show, and you guys can tell me, right? Have we seen Sacha Baron Cohen yet?
No.
So Sacha Baron Cohen is listed on the cast for this, and the very strong rumors are that he is Mephisto. There's a lot of magic that's going on in this show, right? Like the Hood's got darkness type powers and things like that.
Yes.
Right? Mephisto is the freaking devil and head of deals in the Marvel universe. So I would not be shocked if episode 4, episode 5, he comes to make a deal, right?
Well, now we've talked about a lot, so there are a lot of spoilers already.
Yes.
Right.
But
This is speculation at this
you
point.
watched the whole 3 episodes.
Yes. Yeah.
So another thing, at the end of the 3rd episode, she kills somebody.
Yes.
She's responsible
Yeah,
for his death
because she let him suffocate in the greenhouse.
purposely.
Yes.
He was going to kill her.
He was going to kill her, in all fairness. And if he did live, he was going to reveal her to everybody.
But still, in the course of this crime that they're all committing, he dies. She would
she
be
knows
guilty of
he's gonna
murder
die.
in a court if you were going to court.
Do we think it could have been self-defense, though?
It could have been to a
if he was
degree.
going to kill her.
But what I'm saying is, it was a death in the course of a crime because they are robbing this place.
And she got away from him, sealed the door shut, and she knew he was going to suffocate in the room she left him in while he was at the door pounding for her to let him out.
Yeah.
So she knew he's dying.
But the alternative is he would have come
gonna
out,
kill
her, reveal her.
At that point, he was going to kill her.
At this point, she was in the iron suit. He
Yeah.
wasn't going to do anything to her at this point. If she was out of the suit,
You don't think once he was away from her, he would like go reveal?
Oh, he would absolutely reveal.
So he was a threat. He was a long-term threat.
He was a long-term threat to her.
He'd already attempted to kill her, and he would probably try to kill her again at the next chance he got.
Yes, but if He had gotten out there. There's no way he's killing her.
In that moment.
Right.
And now the other people who are not her friends, I mean,
Right.
she's afraid of them at this point, but she lies to all of them about where he is. Oh, he's trapped.
And what, the Hood's gang?
And the Hood's gang.
Yes.
And the Hood's gang is a whole nother thing. It looks like they needed to check off every single woke agenda
I knew you weren't going to like that. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable how can they keep doing this and keep failing and then watch this and be like, oh, this looks like a good idea.
There's
Let's
like
do
no
this yet
just
again.
straight people or anything.
No, there's no justification for it.
So one thing I want to point out, and I don't know if this has any bearing on the wokeness as you're calling it, this show was done filming November of 2022.
Yeah,
It has
3
been
years
sitting
ago.
on the shelf for almost 3 years.
Yes.
So maybe if they had taken some time to retool it rather than just letting
They
it
had
sit
3
there.
years to retool it.
Right. I was saying they didn't.
And actually,
they didn't take the time to do that.
They announced it in 2020.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this has been 5 years in the making.
Right.
So
And-
for it to be as shitty as it was, the first 3 episodes anyway, is inexcusable in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like I said, I just finished watching Squid Games, and there was a trans actor in that movie in that show, and it made sense. It's like I get that. They like did it in a way that it wasn't in your face. You know what I mean? So, but this one, they're flagrant. This person's trans. This person's a lesbian. This person's a lesbian. They're a fight club of some sort, and they're kicking all these dudes' asses.
I want to know what was in your face.
A lot of stuff. A lot of bullshit was in my face.
Oh my.
Yeah, you didn't even need the button. You nailed it. But for them just to flagrantly do this, and they do it so often, it's just irritating. There's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it, and Marvel and Disney can't seem to get it right on how to do it.
All right, let's reel it back for a second, though. All right, so
I'm
you
all
watch,
fired up.
Yeah,
We
no,
are going to definitely have to get your view on it once you see it. Oh,
What are you doing?
I don't know. He's being weird.
For the love of God,
right,
stop
so-
touching stuff.
So you watch the first 3 episodes. This is your strong feelings on the first 3 episodes. Not knowing what's in 4, 5, and 6, what do you think they could do to maybe make you happy? Might not be the word, but
to save it,
to save it or make you go, you know what, that part wasn't great, but the show overall was fine. Or something where you average out here versus here.
well, like you said, if they introduce different characters that
If
haven't been in there
Mephisto
so
comes
far,
in,
and they're
Yeah.
better.
if Tony Stark comes back,
I
and
couldn't
if
see
Thor
that.
comes in and kills the entire gang, I would be happy.
I don't see that.
You asked what it would take, and that's what it would
Okay,
take.
that's fair.
If we weren't doing the review, I would not watch the next 3
I'm looking at
episodes.
all these. I'm looking at reviews here, and it's like IronHeart is terrible.
It is
IronHeart
terrible.
confused me. Marvel should be embarrassed.
They should be in, but them are absolutely accurate reviews. It was so bad. I'm sitting there and I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh my God, we got to do a review on this on the show. I wouldn't even have finished the first 3 episodes.
And
That's
here-
how much I hated it.
IronHeart review: Marvel's latest fails to take flight.
I'm gonna give a prediction that I think besides the Mephisto thing, there's going to be some kind of reference. It might be minor, might be big, of Young Avengers by the end of this.
That would be good. And I have, but,
So, like-
but from watching this, I have no faith in them doing Young Avengers.
But they're gonna do
They
it
may
anyway.
and they probably will do it, but I have no faith in it.
Sure.
So everything they've made, it's been so bad since Endgame. There's been a couple.
Is that
bright
going to be a
spots.
series on the streamer?
I think
Or
that
a
if they
movie.
did it,
I think it would be a movie.
I think it would be a movie. So at the tail end of the Marvels, the post credit scene for that.
Which was terrible.
Take it easy.
I'm sorry. It was terrible.
Take it easy.
Spoiler:
Yeah.
Marvel's is terrible.
At the end, though, they have a post-credit scene where Miss Marvel is sitting in the dark playing the man in the chair situation for Kate Bishop. So she walks in the dark from being out and about, and she does the whole here to recruit you
I
thing.
remember that.
And I vaguely think that so between that, you got a couple of the young heroes kind of floating around in the ether. Ironheart, you need a person in a suit. You need a man.
Well, not her, because she, like I said, they made her so unlikable. I don't care if she dies in the series. I really don't.
I don't think they're gonna kill her.
I know they won't,
What would
but
be the
I
point?
wouldn't care.
Yeah, what would be the point of trying to sell you on the 6-episode show if they were just gonna kill her at the end?
To save everybody from having to watch her again.
We'll see.
I'm sorry. That's how bad I thought it was. This next 3 episodes, I'm praying there's something I can grasp onto.
You want to watch something bad? Go watch Megan 2.0. That was bad.
Well, that
And that's coming from me, who gives everything a 3.
I saw
You are
you
very
hammered
generous.
it.
Yeah, it's bad. So if I think it's bad, it's really bad.
dude, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'd like to see what you think of this.
Yeah, that's
after.
why if someone had watched
Iron
it, we could have had
2.7.
But
could have had a better opinion on it. But whatever. That's
I
fine.
knew right when I watched the first episode, like I said, I was like just waiting for it to end. I'm going, how long is this? And I'm like,
3 hours.
I called Steve. I go, you watched all these? And
He
he's
was
like,
he was surprised I finished
know,
it
I
because
didn't think
he
he
thought
was-
it was
I'm
bad.
a little surprised you
I didn't
finished it.
think he would
But the
finish
only
it.
reason I did was so we could talk about it, and I hated it. I hated my life those 3 hours that I watched.
I think
the
it's
show.
good to watch some things that you hate maybe and finish. You know.
I have been.
I'm going to watch the next three
I've
too.
watched
I'm gonna
every-
watch
Can't
it
form
all.
an informed opinion without it.
I've watched every Marvel show that has been released. Every single one, even though I went, and in this one in particular, I went in
Wait,
with
wait.
such
Wait,
low
wait.
expectations.
Wait, you thought that this was the worst? You watched Secret Invasion and you thought this was
I thought
worse?
Secret Invasion was way better than
I didn't
this.
see Secret Invasion.
Ugh.
That's how bad this show is. I
mean-
didn't think Secret Invasion was good. I thought it was way better than this show.
Oof.
The only thing I would put this in the same league as is the Marvels. I hated the Marvels like you would not believe.
Loved the Marvels.
I don't understand that at all.
That's all right.
I don't get it.
I like it for reasons that don't make sense.
Well, that makes sense. The fact that it doesn't make sense makes sense.
I like it because it fulfilled the promise that Disney made to me
Which is
that they were going to offer me connected content across shows and movies, and they
so as long
gave
as
me a
they
bunch of things that were fully connected.
as long as they fill holes and you're okay with the shitty movie.
yeah, a little bit.
I'm not at all. When you go from the first three phases of Marvel, which every single movie was at least good, to incredible.
I got 3 words for you:
What's that?
Thor, Dark
No,
World.
Dark World wasn't good.
Sucked.
Or wasn't great, but I thought it was still pretty good. I don't know.
I
thought,
liked it better than this.
Now you're going from a person that reads a ton of comic books, and especially in the Marvel. I don't read any comic books. I'm just going based on what I know in the movie.
Sure. So I mean, based on the movies, I think that one was like the weakest of the Thor movies.
It probably was, but still
That
way
and
better than
Love
some
and
of the
Thunder
crap they're
wasn't
putting out
great
now.
either. But
I didn't
there
love
was
Love
some
and
still
Thunder.
good stuff in it.
I think
there
I
were
would
good
go,
things in there.
I think I would go Thor 1, Thor 3, Thor 4, Thor 2.
Okay,
All right.
Yeah,
There's Thor
Fair.
5. Thor 5's coming out too.
we'll see.
I just saw a thing for it.
We'll see.
But as far as Ironheart goes,
Now, okay, so
if you're not reviewing it, don't waste your time with it. That's my opinion.
we talked about
I
current.
agree.
We talked about past. How about the future? How about Spider-Man 4 has the Punisher in it? Not just any Punisher, John Bernthal.
No, I love the
I
Punisher.
love John Barenthal and I love Tom Holland.
And that's,
I watch anything he's in.
I believe, after Fantastic Four, officially, because I don't think they've revealed if there's anything in between. Spider-Man 4 is the next thing.
Yeah, no, there
We have
hopefully are
a
some good
year
movies.
year between Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. I don't know if there's anything on the docket in between because Avengers got bumped. So,
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the docket.
and that's why we have this.
No, yeah, but I don't know, man.
Going on the interweb.
The interwebs. Didn't Al Gore invent the interwebs?
Yep.
Anyway,
It's a fact.
but yes, there was not. I'm looking at the list of the characters in the show, and there's not one that I liked.
Not
They
too
made
regular.
who's that one who played
Yeah,
the
wow.
guy's son? Oh,
This is sad. So it's more than a year. July 25th is Fantastic Four, right? July 31st of 2026 is Spider-Man Brand New Day. So that's literally a year and a week.
there's no TV shows coming out in between there.
Well, movies just kind of.
Did you see
okay.
this?
Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto, right?
Yep.
So there,
That's
to
what I
confirm
said.
it.
So
But
it
you
is
you
Mephisto.
still got to see him do his thing though.
Oh, you know who I did like in here is the Joe McGillicuddy.
You
Joe.
like him?
I like
I
him.
thought he was such a
I did-
sniveling little bitch when they introduced him.
But I like the way that he started so horribly, and
but then he
then
does a 180 because she
was kind
chastises
of
him.
But he was kind of funny. It's just humorous. Out of the whole
Now,
show, that
what was his
something-
father's name? Who was in Iron Man 2, I think.
Oh,
He's
the guy that turned on
the one that
Iron
turned
Man.
on Tony.
Oh, Obadiah Stane.
Yeah,
His son's
yeah,
in it.
that's his, this is
He's-
his son.
Yeah,
He's
his son's in
Obadiah's
it. Yep.
son. Yes.
He was, oh my God. When they
bad?
first introduced him, I'm like, this guy is the biggest bitch I've
He's
ever
a
seen in my life.
doormat.
Okay.
But in a funny way. I thought it was
I
funny.
thought it was pathetic. I thought it was just another
When that
stereotype.
lady's yelling at you, yeah, it is over
There's
the
not
top.
one decent white person in this entire show. There's not one.
You know
Well,
who
I
the-
thought he changed toward the end there. We'll
But
see, let's
he
see how
went
it-
too far the other way, almost to a point where he's going to be a villain.
I was really hoping that they would get the guy from Black Panther 2 and 1. What's his name? Everett Ross. You know, the CIA guy. You don't remember him?
I'd have to see a picture.
He was the one likable white guy in both Black Panther movies.
I like both. I like
One more than
way
two.
better than two. Yeah, one was way better. Well,
Two
plus you had
two was a film of circumstance.
Chadwick Boseman was in one when he just was incredible.
Yeah.
So
So television show wise, after FF but before Spider-Man, you've got Eyes of Wakanda, which is a 4-episode anthology cartoon on Disney
prediction
Plus.
terrible.
It's
Next.
It's just a cartoon.
Okay, but I'm gonna give you my prediction. Terrible.
Marvel Zombies.
That's gonna be good.
Oh,
I'm keeping full.
is that a series or a movie?
It's a series. Because of how they did. Would they have that in the first one? What If?
Yeah,
They did the Marvel What If. That was pretty good.
It's spinning out of What If.
Yes,
Same
and
art, same kind of.
Let me. So that's a animation.
Yes.
Yes.
So
And when they dealt with Marvel zombies in What If, I thought they did a really good job.
it was cool.
Yeah, I
So Eyes of Wakanda is August 6th.
Terrible.
Marvel Zombies is October 3rd.
Praying it's
So those
good.
probably be and they're 4 episodes each. So month of August you'll have something to watch Marvel wise. September there won't be anything. Month of October you'll have something to watch. They'll give you a break in November. Wonder Man, 8-episode show on Disney Plus starts in December. I'm a little. Here's my thing, right? I don't like it when they change characters' races just for the heck of it, and so
That's all they do.
right. Well,
What the?
so
I got excited. I just threw my hands.
That's all they do in Marvel now.
well, here's what I have to say about it. Some characters, I think it matters. I don't know enough about Wonder Man to know if it matters or not. Like if it's just if him being white never mattered, if they can literally just change it, it means nothing. Okay, whatever.
I get that.
Yeah. If it matters, then we'll see. It's 8 episodes though, and it starts in December, which means it'll run. It doesn't say when in December, but somewhere probably between December and February. You get to watch 8 weeks of that.
Right.
March, Daredevil: Born Again season 2.
I liked season 1 so
Yeah, me
far.
too.
I thought it was pretty good.
Another 8 episodes of that. That'll run us March to April, April to May. Vision Quest has no date in 2026. It's just sometime. That's a spinoff of WandaVision. It's White Vision kind of trying to find his way in the world.
Yep.
That might be our way to get Vision back in the MCU. MCU
So is
because
it
the
gonna
real
be
one's
the
Which
same
I'm
actor?
assuming.
it is.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then the last thing that they have show-wise is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. Also no date, just 2026.
The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 1 was kind of iffy. Another show where they race swapped a bunch of main characters.
Sure, but they'll tell you that show is alternate universe and it doesn't matter.
It does matter to me. I'm sorry. It does matter. It's like it's just like they do things to do them without any thought as to why it's happening.
So I mean, like you got Norman Osborn looks exactly the same except for he's black, and then Harry's got like the dreads and the like shoulder pads, and
We've all seen the Spider-Man movies and seen the comics, and we know what race they
they're
are.
generally white redheads,
They're always white redheads, aren't they?
almost always
So have there been an instance in the comics where they weren't white?
alternate universe, but not white. I don't believe so. They might have
That's
had
what I'm
different.
saying.
They might have
In
had different.
every single adaptation of these characters,
They've had
they've been
different.
white. And
I've
for
seen
this
some
show,
different hair colors.
well, for this show, they make them black.
They did.
God,
Yeah.
it's so stupid. They can't come up with a good black character. Why do they got to
they got
race
plenty.
swap characters?
They got plenty.
Luke
Well,
Cage.
there's a funny rumor going around. And Luke, I got no problem. Luke Cage
No,
is
that was a
awesome.
good show too. That was a good one.
There's a funny rumor going around that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to play the next Black Panther, and people are losing their shit. I'm like, so it's okay to make Ariel black and to make all these other characters black, but if they made a black character white, people are going to flip out.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
We also have, and it's not a show or a movie, but it's a special in the vein of. Do you remember Werewolf by Night? Mm-hmm. They're doing a Punisher special with Bernthal. So probably like an hour and a half, something like that on Disney Plus, and that's set to release in 2026. Trying to see if there's anything else of note to look forward to MCU wise, good, bad, or other.
Well, we're going to watch all this crap and continue to review it so you don't have to.
And Steve and Art are still going to razz me if I don't do it in a timely manner.
Now, you better watch all 6 episodes before the next recording.
The irksome thing this time is
Am I even going to be able to? When's the next 3 episodes come out?
Tuesday. Tomorrow.
So tomorrow?
So you'll have all 6 episodes by tomorrow. By next week, you hopefully can watch 6 episodes.
We can't say next episode because we will probably be here on Thursday, but maybe next Monday.
Well, if you keep not doing what you're supposed to, we're not going to have anything to talk about.
Well, it's funny because he
we got
brought up
stuff to talk
IronHeart,
about.
and we're like, you're like, we'll do a
a
show on it.
review on it. Yeah, let's review that thing. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't watch any of them.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Well,
Ridiculous.
I am familiar with how it's spelled.
Yeah,
Are you?
I can look at pictures of people if you want me to.
I can if you want me to.
But yeah, do you want to summarize it, or is there anything else you want to bring up about it?
No, we'll summarize it after it's done. Let's wait till it's
summarize
done.
the first 3 episodes, and I'm praying that they give us something in the next 3 episodes.
I thought the very end of the 3rd episode started
but even
getting
then,
it was improving.
you have a hero that murders somebody, supposed hero. Now, if they make her into a villain, that might be interesting.
Well, that would be a whole different. Then it's more consistent.
I'm like, oh, okay, because it seems like all the character arcs, they're all going to be villains in this show.
And even though she did kill him, and she would be guilty of murder if it was in a court because it was during a crime. But he was trying to kill her. She was defending herself. So
Yes.
All right.
and she's a kid.
So last
I mean,
thing,
she's very
like
young.
late teens, I
She's
would
very
say.
young.
last thing before we go here. So I found the future films that don't have dates yet. They're in production for Marvel. I mean, if you want to go with the ones that are also on the docket, we also have Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, but those are Christmas time 2026 and 2027
We got a
respectively.
ways to go on those.
Yeah.
Which, part of that makes me a little nervous too with Doomsday being Robert Downey Jr.
Well, we can revisit that in the future.
We've talked about that.
We
a little
have,
bit.
but still, it's giving me agita.
So you got Armor Wars, which was originally supposed to be a show. And then they said they wanted it to become a film instead, which really tells me that they don't think they have enough to do a 6-episode show.
No, there's no way.
So that's going to be.
It's a Rhodey story. It's like Rhodey trying to get back. In the comics, it was Tony Stark's tech was taken and stolen by other companies, and it's like about them trying to get it back. So it's the Armor War.
Right. It could be good.
Yeah. And it's kind
So
of
they're going to be all different versions of armor then? in that,
possibly,
probably?
or like adapted armors if they're like taken, like, oh, Tony Stark's been dead for years. Rhodey was a Skrull for years, so the people had time to pilfer technology. And now it's like real Rhodey trying to kind of like get a hold of his life again.
So when's
it could
that?
be cool. It's to be determined.
no date
It's
yet.
it's on the docket.
Oh, TBD.
We got a Black Panther 3 by Ryan Coogler. I
That's
don't know
the
how.
Jake Gyllenhaal vehicle.
Yeah, maybe. I have no
Can
idea.
you imagine how much? Can you imagine? I would be upset at that too.
I can't imagine Disney doing
I can't
that.
imagine Disney doing that. They're okay going white to black, but they'll never go black to white. There's no way. If they do, people will lose their minds.
Well, I
As,
would say most places that's the case.
As
also.
they once
Yeah,
said
just
to
yes.
Sean Connery, never say never.
I try not to say never, but unfortunately,
After that, you got a Blade movie, which has been in development hell for years.
years.
Is it
They're
Wesley
saying
Snipes?
Wesley Snipes
no.
even made it.
and
Wesley
Deadpool
Snipes made
2
a joke
or 3.
that it's not coming out.
Well,
I'll be the only Blade.
Yeah, and then Deadpool looks over at him and he's like,
Yeah. That
but
was pretty funny.
So Blade, Untitled, Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Ring sequel, which
The first one,
like
that was a good movie.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you
I'd
like
love
it?
to see
Shang-Chi
some
was
like
okay.
Yeah.
I'd love
alright.
to see an exploration on the rings. And then lastly, an Untitled X-Men film, which is also sort of exciting because we haven't had an X-Men film a good X-Men film in a long time.
I was going to say
Right.
they don't.
Well, they haven't had any in the current Marvel universe.
The
They
last
just
one,
had
the last one was like
They
Dark
don't really
Phoenix,
knock your socks
and it was
off.
bad.
right.
They
So-
seem there's so much potential, and they
X-Men,
can't
of
make a
course.
good X-Men
I
movie.
don't understand it. Well, they just got the rights a couple of years. Didn't it? Just a couple of years ago, they just got the rights. Disney just got the rights to X-Men.
Well, they got the rights when they bought Fox, so they've had them for a couple of years. And
Could they give Deadpool a couple more?
Well, Ryan Reynolds.
That's just a good joke. I like that.
Ryan
They're
Reynolds
there.
himself said that he would prefer to be in ensemble roles going forward. Like he thinks that Deadpool as a solo has run its course, and he'd rather be like running his mouth on the sidelines.
Right. I got no problem with that.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Like we get to find out then why Thor was crying. Whatever.
That was a pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why
movie.
was Thor crying? How
wouldn't
dare
ask
you
that.
escape from the void?
my
Nobody
God.
comes back.
That was something.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
That was the last good Marvel movie, wasn't it? Last good Marvel product, I'm going to say.
Definitely the last good Marvel movie that everybody could agree on.
Right. Well, which is
That
what they
everybody liked.
that's what they should be aiming for. Don't exclude half of your audience because you got to put some bullshit DEI nonsense in there.
Oh, okay. I was going to say they're always aiming to have everybody like
Do
it.
you think they are though? Really?
I think
Why
when
do
you
it, why do
watch,
it if they weren't trying to do it?
maybe they're contractually obligated to. I have no idea. That's what it feels like with IronHeart.
Okay.
It feels like they were contractually obligated to release it, so they released it. They tried tweaking what they can because there's some scenes in it too that they just jump from this to that, and there's no explanation as to how they got there.
right.
Like when the first heist they were doing in that house, they were fighting all these security guards, and then the next scene is them ripping the thing off the side of the van. Like how the hell did they get out of there?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Oh my god,
There is some good stuff between her and her friend. I mean, because she
as
lost
far
her
as
friend.
the AI that usually requires billions of dollars
Yeah.
to build, and she dreams it up in her apartment building.
Oh, Natalie.
Oh my god,
But I
that's
just
another thing
mean-
we'd even talk about.
With the fact that she died and the trauma of it, and there
Right,
is-
no, I get that
it's
there's
not
trauma,
done
but they
really
did it.
well. But
You're absolutely. They did it terrible.
It could have been really good.
But this, so how do they make a product like that? Watch it and say, "Oh, that's pretty. Let's release this to the public." No,
Well,
you
and
don't
there's
release.
that-
It.
like
You
you
had
said,
3
maybe-
years.
You
Maybe
know,
they-
somebody was sitting in the room. They're going, "How did they get from here to here?" And they're, "Oh, don't worry about it."
Nobody will notice
We'll
that.
fix it in post.
Yeah, oh my, but it's so. I don't understand how a product like this gets out to the public.
They sat there. Somebody sat there with a checklist and said, "Did it check all these
By
things?"
Disney
Okay.
too. I
Do
mean,
we have a trans actor? Yeah.
20 years ago, you wouldn't have expected
No.
this poor of quality. From
Are they
that
dressed in
company.
drag with some ridiculous makeup on? Oh, check, we got that one. Yep. Do we have lesbians? Yeah, of course we do.
over
Obviously.
the top? Or were they saying, "I don't think he's trans enough. Put some more makeup
That's,
on"?
it seems like that's what they
I know,
did.
it did
They're like,
seem-
I don't think, is there enough eye makeup on that slug there?
And
Because-
longer nails. The nails have to be
and
longer.
then make was it her? Make her, I don't even
guess.
fucking know. Clap with her nails. That'd be a cool little feature, wouldn't it? So she does this and clapping with her fingernails. I'm like, what is going on right now? I was so upset watching the show. I couldn't even, by the time we got to the third, because I watched them all in one night. So by the time I got to that third one, I'm like, oh my God, please let my power go out again. Because
You're
I don't
hoping they all died.
I was
in
hoping,
the,
that the entire crew died in that in the greenhouse.
but now she did take the piece of the cape. So I
Yes.
assume that she's gonna
Right.
look into what's
But
going
she's
on.
almost as evil as he is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's been robbing people for the entire timeline now.
But he did turn even more evil toward at the very end there too,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
because
he's
I
kind
think
of
the cape
lost
is
it because John's dead.
And plus the cape is affecting him negatively because there's something on his body that forms every time he uses the
Yeah.
cape.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And I actually, the sad thing is, I like that character,
Hood?
the Hood. I'm like, all right, this
And
isn't
I like
too
that
bad.
actor.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
him and John,
The
both
whole
the
thing.
guy, those two guys.
Another race swap, by the way.
We
Oh,
actually just
but
put up
both
a.
his-
But those two guys in other things that they've been in, I like both of them. They're
Yes.
really good actors.
I just put up a first appearance of the Hood on the wall at the shop yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
should
so
I
if
buy
any-
that and not read it? Like I
Why
do
didn't
with
we
everything
auction
else?
it off?
Because I want people to buy it for full price.
Oh, that makes
That makes
sense.
sense.
That makes a
Yeah,
lot of
that
sense.
tracks.
But yeah, he was, I think, I would say he was the best character in the series so far. The Hood.
The Hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find it increasingly occurs where we tend to like a property because of the villain more than the hero. It happens a lot.
You got to have a good villain.
I mean, like we watch the Thor movies and you ever hear people like go on and on about Thor? No, they go on and on about Loki.
Right.
You know, like it's
Oh, Loki. Everyone
yeah.
loved Loki. And he was a horrible person, most of Marvel.
And,
I
and
haven't
people
even
love
watched
that.
Loki season 2.
Oh my God!
what are
Get
you
out of
doing?
here!
I don't know.
Will you focus?
just
You
thought
have
of that when you
nothing to
brought-
do in life.
I watch a lot of stuff.
You're watching Supernatural all over again. It's got 18 seasons.
15 plus
Whatever.
one spinoff.
But that you can
And-
watch these other shows instead of that.
I just watched the
getting fired
Accountant
up today.
2 yesterday.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I love the movie.
All right, we're getting
He's not an
sidetracked
accountant
again.
anymore.
It's a name.
No accounting.
It's a name.
I know. And I love both of them. They did a great job. I love him and John Bernthal together.
Yeah.
Were great.
Steve, there's
The
no
fights.
there's no accounting for him.
No, there's no accounting
Did
for
you-
how we're.
you liked
how we're-
Accountant, did
there's
you?
no accounting for how we're getting way off
The-
track too again.
The dancing
Oh my
was
God.
hilarious.
Oh my God! Yeah, the line
It was
dancing.
hilarious. I knew as soon as he went up to dance that there's going to be a huge fight, right? Obviously.
You know, people call me the CNY Affleck, right?
No,
Yeah, it's true.
never.
You
heard
do
of it.
look just like him.
Oh, see, thank you.
Well, that guys has been our IronHeart discussion.
That's our discussion. I'm going to say,
part 2.
unless
In a
something
week.
major saves this, it is probably one of the worst Marvel products I've ever seen.
I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm going to give it the next
Well, you
three.
got to know. We want your judgment on the first 3 episodes because that's what's been released.
Always reserve judgment.
Okay, let's say you watch these and we're not
Like I said,
reviewing
it
them.
got
Are you going
more
to finish
promising. I would finish it because the end of the third
You'd want to
episode.
know where it was
it?
going.
Because you started
It
it.
started getting better. I want to see what happens with the Hood.
I mean, come on, he's 15 seasons deep on Superman.
And now
You
you've
can't
got
watch
me
3 more
interested
episodes?
in Mephisto. So we'll see.
I'm very curious
So
about
because
Mephisto.
that's part of it too. So
Very
we'll
upsetting to
see.
hear though that you guys haven't seen him in the first 3 episodes, which concerns me. Like that they're not going to do very much with him.
They'll probably just introduce him in the
It'll probably
very
be
last
the
episode.
end credit of the last
Well, they don't.
episode.
God,
Unfortunately,
that'd
they
be
don't.
so stupid.
They don't do end credit scenes in the TV shows.
They do sometimes.
I've never seen one.
We'll have to go
They
back and
did
research
do
that.
them. They
Look,
did them
I
in
haven't-
Loki. The first season of Loki, they did
don't
stuff
remember
in the
them
credits.
doing
They
that.
did.
I'd have to.
Yeah, where he like appears in the other universe
Yep.
or the other TVA, and
I
like
thought
the
that was
statue's
during
different.
the show.
I don't
Wasn't
think
during
so.
the show.
They had stuff in the credits of that season of Loki.
Well, my opinion is save your time. Don't waste your time watching this utter nonsense. That's my opinion.
I wouldn't suggest anyone watch this. I'm not.
No, and if Tom thinks it's good, it's another reason not to watch the show.
But he better be at trivia on Tuesday.
Better be a trivia. Hold on, I think I put applause on this one. Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't it. God damn it.
Well,
How come I can't get it? Where's
label
the stupid
them.
They are labeled.
They're not labeled. Obviously, you're hitting the wrong button.
Oh, my God. Oh, I moved it, too. Oh, there it is.
Bear with us.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Oh, there it is. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for watching Two Studs and a Dud. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.
So what are we starting with? IronHeart?
With IronHeart, yeah.
I have a lot of problems with this show.
I think everybody does.
I didn't watch it, so I'm gonna.
Oh my
you
God!
fucking kidding
This
me?
was your fucking idea. Are we recording?
No,
I just dropped an F-bomb.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
we
recording.
are recording.
Just keep going.
You didn't watch IronHeart?
No, there's only 3 episodes.
Well, then how are we gonna fucking talk about it?
You didn't even see it.
It's okay. Keep going.
No, we can't do it.
Oh my God.
All right, let's just go get Bonobos.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you agreed
You brought
to
it up.
When it's done,
Why would
No.
we do?
Well, he goes.
why would I watch it
I
when it's
said we
halfway
want to talk
through?
about a weekly show, and then
He goes,
And then
how
I
many
said,
weeks
it's not
is it?
weekly.
You said there's 3 episodes
there's
on now,
2
so
weeks.
he goes,
Yeah.
all right, we'll watch the 3 episodes and we'll talk about it this week.
All right, let's hold on a second.
right.
Do we want a weekly IronHeart review? It's only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's only 2 episodes. I said. You said no. They did 3 this week, 3 next week, so it's 6 episodes total. You said yeah. So we can do the first 3, then the next 3. You said sounds good. I also put up the movie review. You said nice. And then you said, I also just got told Mulligan's is on pause till September. But you agreed to it.
All right, so let's do it.
Oh my. Well, how are you going to talk about it if you don't know anything about it?
I did that for the first episode of Last of Us, and you never figured it out then.
No, we knew.
You didn't know.
Oh, it showed.
It didn't show.
There were lots of comments made behind the scenes.
By who?
Production staff.
Yeah, we talked about it. When
There's
you
no
left.
PAs.
When you left, you're like, did he even fucking watch the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we texted them.
No, I don't believe you.
I was down here under the table like this. Is he fucking kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. He texted me.
I don't think so.
I don't believe you didn't watch it.
You didn't watch any of it? Did you
Oh, no,
watch
I
one
did.
episode?
No, I did. Just that first week, like I wasn't ready. All the
No. I mean,
Oh,
of
Ironheart? Yeah, no. I must have forgotten that I agreed.
That was
Well,
our
that's okay.
main.
I don't care about that, but
That was
I
our
thought
main topic this week.
it was kind of because
Really?
you were the one that
Yeah.
brought up Ironheart.
Okay, but I know enough about it that we can talk about it. Let's go.
You know the comic book stuff.
I know the show stuff too.
All right.
Okay,
I know
well,
I know the freaking there's so right here, right? They got an actor in the cast list that they say is an undisclosed role, and I know exactly who that is. And
you
that's not
felt so
undisclosed.
guilty that you're looking up fucking synopsis of it now.
Oh yeah, no, I was already doing that.
Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable.